I'm going to say something that a lot of Christian people are going to be upset. Should I say delusional Christians or Christians who don't study and read their Bible? Over spiritualized Christians? I don't know, child. Christian community. The devil is not as involved in your life, in your marriage, in your finances, in your health, as much as you think he is. I'm going to say it again. The devil, the enemy, Satan, the great deceiver, the serpent, the liar, the wolf, the roaring lion, he is not as involved in your life and in your marriage as much as you give him credit. Okay, so our delusional auntie here, that's her name. Okay, not just auntie, because I say she's an auntie child, because she over here a lot. Our delusional auntie said that God gave her a vision about Tina and what's his name, because the enemy is attacking marriage. So let's just go ahead and play this little part, and then I'm gonna come back.
All right, so I had a dream, a prophetic dream about it felt more like a vision. It felt like a vision more than a dream. So it was about Tina Campbell and her husband. But before I get started on that, everybody, is that, you know, she's way more bigger than me, right? So when the news came out, stuff like that, they can't hide, because people, you know, are going to be in their business more or whatever. And she didn't even have to say nothing. He didn't even have to say nothing. I just think that it's when celebrities, when they get a divorce or something happen, when it comes to paperwork and lawyers or whatever, news get out like that. So that's the hard part about her situation. And I don't even know, I didn't watch any videos on it. The only video that I watched on concerning her was what I put on the short video. Because I felt like she's going through a situation. I don't want to entertain any drama, but I did see some things on some titles where people were speculating that she's lying, that her and her husband are lying because they're about to come out with a reality TV show. I seen that, and I was like, oh my goodness. I said, okay, so this is what people just do. This is what they just do. And so we all know that's a lie. But anyways, I want to give her compliments and encouragement. I pray that this video gets to her. I want to give her some compliments because I love that she is coming on camera. She's not hiding, and she's praying. And she, I believe that we seen her on stage, and she was preaching. I wasn't going to place that video on the shore, but I said, nah. But she was on stage. She was in the church, I think her and her sister, and she was just coming against the plans of the enemy. I love that. And as people of God, when your marriage is up under heavy attack, you shouldn't hide. The Bible says, let the weak say, I am strong. You cannot hide. Obviously, she's going to go home and cry. When there's no cameras around, she's going. Her kids are under a heavy attack because of this whole thing. Probably embarrassed, you know, as well. But at the same time, when you are a woman of God, a man of God, you have to continue in your ministry.
Okay, so here she go. Talk about her marriage is under heavy attack, right? Okay. So the video I did earlier, Tina said, or what's his name said, the prophet said not to marry Teddy. She shouldn't have married Teddy, right? Let me play this in case you didn't see that video yet. Make sure you go back and watch it, cause
reality show. I didn't want to do it because I was living a double life. When Tina said yes, like, okay, you did ask me, but it kind of felt like you wanted to. You kind of really didn't care for that spotlight. Also, I didn't want to be exposed. You about to get in trouble. You're going to be exposed.
Sorry, this is the one where Teddy say he's not born again. So Tina married an not born again man. Okay, I'm gonna play the other one after this one.
I was terrified. It was infidelity on my part. I don't think I'm saved. Something was very not holy. I don't know how to be a man. I miss the man stuff. The fathering, the husbanding, all of this stuff. I miss this. Like, I don't know what to do. Yeah. I was literally humbled, humiliated, broken, low, contrite. I was really tore up.
Okay, you have it. He don't know how to be a man. He's not saved. He don't know. He missed the husband stuff. He don't know to be a husband. He don't know how to be a man. Okay, and so now here's the one that the priest, out of his mouth, the prophet told them not to get married. Tina told Tina not to
Sure,
marry her.
I really like this guy.
She really liked him, but he didn't like
a
her.
shallow thing. I liked him.
Let me interject. Lady broke up with me. Some prophet told her, she probably was right.
Some
She told her
prophet.
that she wasn't supposed to marry me. So she broke up with me.
I don't think that was it. The prophetess was telling me you in sin. I remember that, but I don't think it was
That's
the
why you
prophetess
broke
telling
up
me I
with
was-
me. I'm telling you, you told me that this woman, prophet, told you that you wasn't supposed to be doing this.
I was out there sinning.
Yeah.
Man, she probably telling me that God ain't in this. The devil is very much in this.
So she broke up with me. She's like, well, I didn't move down here. I came out and tried to move. Anyway, I was sleeping on your couch. She broke up with me. I'm like, whatever.
So now we want to say the devil is attacking your marriage? I'm confused. These are all reasons why you should not have gotten married. This man is a man that you should not have married. You should not have married this man. So you tell me, how's the devil attacking your marriage when you should not have married this man? When you're out of God's will for your life, it's like you're outside and there's a blizzard. And you want to stay outside in the blizzard. Of course, you're going to get hurt because you're outside. You need to come in the house. And so this is why I tell people, before you blame the devil, that poor Satan, I feel sorry for the enemy now. I feel sorry for Satan because you know what I realized? A lot of people's blaming Satan, but it's not Satan. It's your own choices. And because you're out of God's will, you're actually giving him, like one of the cousins just said, y'all leave the doors open, the windows open, and want to blame the enemy. Let me see if I can find him. Right here. Where does it say that? So it's like you're not in God's will. So the enemy has an inroad into your life. You married a man God told you not to marry. He don't know how to be a man. He don't know how to be a husband. He don't know how to be a father. So how do you expect to have a good marriage when you're married a man who cannot play his role? I used to run track and field, okay? I used to run long distance, and I was a sprinter. Y'all are trying to send people who can't run long distance, cross country they call it. I was a cross country runner. Everybody can't cross run. You have to have the stamina to continue to run. And a lot of women have chosen husbands who cannot be husbands, who cannot play their role, who cannot be husbands, who cannot be a man, is not a man, who cannot be a father. And then you're wondering, why is things not working? Why is things, this is y'all trying to fit this in here. It's not going to fit. It doesn't work. So now you want to blame the enemy, and it's not the enemy. It's the result of your bad choices. And because you're out of God's will for your life, Satan's like, thank you. Now what the enemy does is he weaponizes you being out of God's will for your life. You crying about the devil's attacking your finances, but you marry a man who can't keep a job. You marry a man who's abusive. You marry a man who's a liar. You marry a man who's not disciplined. You marry a man, I believe a man has to be tested. He must be tested. Y'all married men who have not been tested, and then y'all blame the enemy. And it's not Satan, it's you. It is you. So I know y'all give the enemy a whole lot of credit. However, it's not him. He's taking the credit because it's free credit, but it's not him. It's you. So before my nieces and nephews and my new cousins, before you marry somebody, you better look at everything. Look at everything. Has he been tested? Is the money right? If money is the number one reason for divorce, I'm wondering why y'all still marrying people who have financial problems. Because Christians want to have evangelistical marriages and missionary marriages where you want to save him and help him, and you in prophetic marriage. Oh, I can see, I can fix him, I can change him. No. When you're out of God's will for your life, You give the enemy access. You have the doors open, the window, the roof is open. And then you want to cry, it's the enemy. When it's not really the enemy, it's you. You open the door and let the enemy in. I love you. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Be sure to watch the other video I did where Tina talked about the prophet told her not to marry him. So what do you expect? You think God's going to bless your marriage? No. I thank for those of you showing me love and support my new book. My books are available on Amazon. My new cousins, my new nieces. Please be sure to pick up these books. Go back and leave me a glowing 5-star review. I love you. Bye.